Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another segment of Soul Talk. My name is Emeka the Psychologist, or you can simply call me the Dark Prophet. So today, our topic is stop being a slave. That's the topic today, stop being a slave. So, when you talk about slavery, the first thing that comes to people's mind, even my mind, is somebody that is in chains, somebody that is being beaten with a whip, and then that person is forced to do what he or she may not want because the master wants it, that person does it. So that's what usually comes to my mind whenever the issue of slavery comes up. So, but in modern day, nobody's in chains, No, I don't see people walking around in chains and being dragged from one end to the other. I don't see that. So what we have in modern day in Nigeria is psychological slavery. And psychological slavery, it involves when somebody's action, thoughts, is geared towards the benefit of another person and not necessarily to his benefit, or even in one end, even to the detriment of the person. But the person has to please somebody else. That's what he exists for, to please the interest of another person, not himself. That's psychological slavery. And this form of slavery, it has detrimental effect on the person, at least psychologically. It destroys the person's belief in himself or herself, destroys the person, because whenever you start doing something that is against you, that is to the betterment of somebody, then what happens in the process is you start destroying yourself, because you start destroying yourself by drinking too much, smoking too much, engaging in illegal activities, or risky, unprotected sexual behavior. All that shit comes up when you start advancing the interest of somebody else to your detriment of yourself. Because what you're telling yourself, in essence, is that you are not good enough, that person is better than you, or you should exist for that person. So, like I said, but the problem with psychological slavery and how this is related to Nigeria is because in Nigeria, we spend a lot of money investing in big edifices, cars, all these trifle things that come from Europe. We spend our money there. If you go to Ikoyi, there are massive houses. Even the government has that attitude towards things. They spend lots of money on buying the latest buses or building houses that are magnificent so they can collect more money from Europeans or expatriates that show up in Nigeria. So money is not invested in the people. Money is not invested in the welfare of the people. And that is where the problem sets in. That is what sets the stage for the dysfunction in Nigeria. You see, if you look at first world countries, they always have money for welfare of their people. Make sure they develop their people, either skill-wise, mentally, healthcare, all that. So they have money for their people because they understand that the people are the resources, are the most important resources. But in Nigeria, it's backward. We believe the people are not shit, but buildings and houses and all that stuff are important. We fail to remember that people are going to be the one that are going to control the buildings. The cars are going to be driven by people, and if the people are not invested in, then all these possessions will waste away. You see, because our government does not invest in us as people, and we don't even invest in ourselves, then what happens is our people psychologically will not be developed. We will be backward. And so because of this, because we don't invest in our people, what happens is then people are put in a situation whereby they develop an unhealthy relationship with somebody else who can provide for them some of those basic necessities that they need. Because the government fails to invest in us as a people, we enter a relationship with people who can provide us those things that we need, and then we now pay a price for it, and sometimes the price is deadly. So for example, I cannot feed myself, so I go and stay with my auntie or my uncle or whoever is related to me, and that person can feed me, put a roof over my head. Then because they can provide me with these things I need, then that person now feels that, okay, since I'm providing this thing for you, I own you. I own the work of your hand. Your whole existence should be about pleasing me. And if you don't please me, I'm going to throw you out. I'm not going to give you this rice and beans that you like to enjoy. So that person now sees that since this person wants this thing and needs it, and I have it, so that person is going to be my slave. So they don't put you in chains, but they threaten you, they dominate you psychologically to a point whereby you don't even have value for yourself anymore. You put them high above yourself, and your whole existence now becomes about pleasing this person, because you feel that if I don't please this person, this rice and beans I eat, this gari I eat, this house I enjoy, it will be gone. And this thing is very, very wrong, because why it's wrong is because when you dominate people, there are some reactions to it. Some people, you can dominate them and they can withstand it, and over time, they go their way. But some people cannot withstand domination. It's just their nature. When they get dominated, they fall apart or they destroy themselves. So are you surprised that some people are killing themselves? Are you surprised that some people have been dominated to the extent whereby they jump off the bridge? Okay, rather than live like this, I rather die. So these rash suicides that we're seeing, this dysfunctional behavior that is existing in Nigeria can be the cause. Because in psychological slavery, by dominating somebody, you are, in other words, telling the person that they are not important as a human being, that you are more important than them. And sometimes these people that get dominated, they believe that if I allow this person to take advantage of me, maybe over time they will see that I'm a human being, or they will give me my peace, or they will leave me alone. But that's not the case. You see, when people start dominating you or start exploiting you, it's difficult to stop. If today I come and collect 10 naira from you, tomorrow I collect 10 naira, next tomorrow I say I want 13 naira and I get it, then I keep going. Why should I stop? If I can collect 14 naira from you, why not? If I can collect 15 naira, why not? I keep going. And that's some of the problems that exist in Nigeria. Some of us have become psychological slaves to people because of the basic necessities that we lack. And that's why. Because of these basic necessities we lack, we have become psychological slaves to people. And it's difficult to blame those people who have become psychological slaves. Because they feel like if I stand up for myself, if I say no to this person, I'll be thrown out of the house. So I'm homeless. If I stand up to this person, this food this person is giving me is gone. Then I'll have to go and fend for myself. I have to go and stand out and go and look out for myself. And I'm afraid of that. You see, that is the problem there too. The person that is being dominated is afraid of something. Is afraid of striking out for themselves. Is afraid that if I stand up, I will leave this house and I will never find a house. And because of that scarcity mentality, that person is in bondage. But as a people, since the government will not invest in our welfare, we have to now develop the resilience to stand up and say no to people that try to dominate you psychologically. Say no any way you feel it. If it's saying no and walking away, fine. If you feel you have to strike the person, I don't support that. But if you feel that's the only way, hey, what are you going to do? But we have to stand up to these people that feel that maybe their life is more important than our own. We have to do that. Because if not, they will end up destroying you. And that is the most important point. Some of us will rationalize and say, well, no, they'll leave me alone, I can handle it. But you will be surprised the damage that they are doing to you. So, this psychological slavery that we face in Nigeria, which happens because we don't have access to basic necessities, and because we don't have access to those that have, take advantage of it. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Or because you can't find a job, you're not stuck in a job where your boss is demeaning you, insulting you, but you take it because, well, if I don't take it now, I'll be hungry now and I can't eat. But you have to strike out. It's better to own yourself than to allow someone to dominate you. And the reason why we allow this domination again is because some of us don't value ourselves as human beings. We are so much interested, we like the comfort, the safety. We are so afraid to strike out, but it is in that striking out that we will achieve what we want in life. If we continue to stay under a domineering person that destroys us, you cannot become self-actualized. You can't. But becoming who you want to be, you have to pull apart from that thing that is dominating you, from that thing that holds you down. Because your whole existence should not be for another person. It should be for you. Your whole existence should not be for another person. It should be for you. I don't care who you are or where you came from or whether your father is the president or whether your father is the pope. It doesn't matter. The whole reason you should exist is for yourself. Then after taking care of your own needs, then you can now say, let me help this person. But you cannot help someone to the detriment of yourself. So that's what I want to say on this. And I hope this reaches somebody who is down somewhere. And I hope you enjoy this. And so love it, like it, share it, tweet it, WhatsApp it, and share it. Yeah, I said share it already. So just watch it, and I hope you enjoy it. So he's Emeka the psychologist or Dark Prophet. Have a nice one. Bye.